CD-ROM will inspire masters and newcomers alike. General Choi adds, along with your dojang training, you will be able to master the techniques of Taekwondo scientifically and easily. The 4-CD set contains every page of the digitally reproduced 16-volume encyclopedia, a fascinating interview with the general, including pictures from his personal photo albums, a 200-word interpreter of Korean words and phrases most commonly used throughout your Taekwondo training, all 24 Taekwondo patterns, filmed with 10 black belts from around the world, from 4 different camera angles, under the direct supervision of General Choi and his son, Master Choi. This award-winning limited edition set is available through your club or direct from Comdo. A must-have for any serious international Taekwondo practitioner. Order yours today. Taekwondo is more than a martial art. It's an extension of the man who started it all, General Choi Hong Hi. Taekwondo is the culmination of his experiences that have shaped his life and our world. The purpose of this video series is to provide the students of Taekwondo a training tool, enhancing their dojang experience. With these videos and a qualified instructor, the student will advance quickly and easily through the techniques of Taekwondo. The Tenets of Taekwondo. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. Student oath. I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect my instructor and seniors. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I shall be a champion of freedom and justice. I shall build a more peaceful world. Students, never tire of learning. A good student can learn anywhere, anytime. This is the secret of knowledge. A good student must be willing to sacrifice for his art and instructor. Many students feel that their training is a commodity bought with monthly dues and are unwilling to take part in demonstrations, teaching, and working around the dojang. An instructor can afford to lose this type of student. Always set a good example for lower-ranking students. It is only natural that they will attempt to emulate senior students. Always be loyal and never criticize the instructor, Taekwondo, or the teaching methods. If an instructor teaches a technique, practice it and attempt to utilize it. Remember that a student's conduct outside the dojang reflects on the art and instructor. If a student adopts a technique from another dojang and the instructor disapproves of it, the student must discard it immediately or train at the gym where the technique was learned. Never be disrespectful to the instructor. Though a student is allowed to disagree with the instructor, the student must first follow the instruction and then discuss the matter later. A student must always be eager to learn and ask questions. Never betray the instructor. Instructors. Never tire of teaching. A good instructor can teach anywhere, anytime, and always be ready to answer questions. An instructor should be eager for his students to surpass him. It is the ultimate compliment for an instructor. A student should never be held back. If the instructor realizes his student has developed beyond his teaching capabilities, the student should be sent to a higher-ranking instructor. An instructor must always set a good example for his students and never attempt to defraud them. The development of students should take precedence over commercialism. Once an instructor becomes concerned with materialism, he will lose the respect of his students. Instructors should teach scientifically and theoretically to save time and energy. Instructors should help students develop good contacts outside the dojang. It's an instructor's responsibility to develop students outside as well as inside the dojang. Students should be encouraged to visit other dojangs and study other techniques. Students who are forbidden to visit other dojangs are likely to become rebellious. There are two advantages for allowing the students to visit other gyms. Not only is there the possibility that a student may observe a technique that is ideally suited for him, but he may also have a chance to learn by comparing his techniques to inferior techniques. All students should be treated equally. There should be no favorites. Students should always be scolded in private, never in front of the class. If the instructor is not able to answer a student's question, he should not fabricate an answer, but admit he does not know and attempt to find the answer as soon as possible. All too often, a lower degree black belt will dispense illogical answers to his students merely because he is afraid of losing face because he does not know the answer. An instructor should not seek any favors, such as cleaning the studio, doing repair works, etc., from his students. An instructor should not exploit his students. The only purpose of an instructor is to produce both technically and mentally excellent students. Always be honest with the students and never break a trust. Training secrets of Taekwondo. To study the theory of power thoroughly. To understand the purpose and motion of each movement clearly. To bring the movement of eyes, hands, feet, and breath into a single coordinated action. To choose the appropriate attacking tool for each vital spot. To become familiar with the correct angle and distance for attack and defense. Keep both the arms and legs bent slightly while the movement is in motion. All movements must begin with a backward motion, with very few exceptions. However, once the movement is in motion, it should not be stopped before reaching the target. To create a sine wave during the movements by utilizing the knee spring properly. To exhale briefly at the moment of each blow, except a connecting motion. The theory of power. Reaction force. Concentration. Equilibrium. Breath control. Speed. Mass. Korean words.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 차렷. 경례. 서기. 걷는 서기. 니은자 서기. 쉬어. 그만. 시작. 구령 없이. 구령에 맞춰. 해산. 도복. 홍. 청. 주의. 승. 해쳐. 계속. 실격. 맞서기. 틀. 제자. 사범님. 사현님. 사성님. 예의. 염치. 인내. 극기. 백절불굴.
Meaning of belt colors. White signifies innocence, as that of a beginning student who has no previous knowledge of Taekwondo. Stances. The foot bearing the most weight will identify the stance as left or right. When the weight is equal or 50-50, the foot further ahead of the other foot will identify the stance as left or right. With the X stance, the balance foot is placed in front when stepping and behind when jumping. Making a fist. Roll or bend the fingers into the palm. Then lay the thumb across the index and middle finger, locking them into place. Placing the thumb inside the fist may cause a dislocation of the thumb. Placing the thumb alongside the fist causes the thumb to stick out, risking injury. Placing the thumb next to the fingers fails to lock in the index and middle finger, and so weakens the fist. Making a knife hand. Wrist and palm are straight, with the fingers gently curved. The thumb is relaxed. Fingers should be together and not spread apart. Avoid cupping the palm. How to bow. When bowing, bend at the waist 15 degrees. Keep your eyes up. When a junior belt bows to a senior belt, the junior should initiate the bow first and finish the bow last. How to tie a belt. Taekwondo belts go around your waist only once. When tying your belt, place the right side over the left side for the first knot. Then, place the left side over the right side for the final knot. Facing and body lines. Facing is the amount that your body is turned in relation to your opponent. Body lines are used to aid in the placement of techniques. An example of this is a front punch, which would be placed on the center line. The body is further divided into high, middle, and low section. A small person doing a high punch may only reach the middle section of a tall opponent. Conversely, a tall person doing a low punch may strike the high section of a small opponent. Punching techniques. Relax the elbows during a punch, and remember every action begins with movement in the opposite direction. Sine wave, a gentle up and down motion with the body, is created by utilizing proper knee spring. Two examples of incorrect body motions are sawtooth wave and a flat line. Individual techniques: low forearm block and punch. Fundamental exercise: four-direction punch. Individual techniques: low knife hand block and middle forearm block. Individual techniques for Chonji. Individual moves, Chonji. The interpretations of patterns. Chonji means literally the heaven, the earth. It is in the Orient interpreted as the creation of the world or the beginning of human history. Therefore, it is the initial pattern played by the beginner. This pattern consists of two similar parts, one to represent the heaven and the other the earth. Pattern Chonji. Front view. Back view. Left view. Right view. Tips from the General.
Both arms, both hands must be bent. Not this. Have to bend. This way. Bend. Bend. Okay? Not this. Cannot. Okay? Remember, both arms, both legs must be properly bent during the movement in motion. Okay? Come back.
Three-step sparring. Three-step sparring, close distance. Three-step sparring, close distance kicking. Three-step sparring, two-way close distance. Tournament sparring point system. breaks.
태권도의 가장 중요한 목표는
In my philosophy, the most important objectives of Taekwondo are based on justice, humanity, and charity, which strengthens us. With this strength, we will be able to prevent the strong from preying on the weak and build a peaceful society. That is our number one priority. As the founder of Taekwondo, I indicated in the Taekwondo Charter that I intended to nourish the mind by bringing together beauty, strength, and spirit through defining my philosophy, purpose, and principles. Secondly, no matter what, every human being is going to die. Hence, dying can be distressing. In order to escape from this tragedy and the fear of death, one needs to broaden one's mental capacity for life by learning to display strength and a sense of justice through the scientific techniques of Taekwondo. This is the way to an eternal life.